What's going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday to everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy. If you had to take a COVID test, hopefully you have tested negative. If you did test positive, I hope you have a full and speedy recovery with no long term issues, and that goes for any virus that is out there right now. It is time now for the Tuesday edition of the Pandemic Update for Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. The first thing you're probably noticing is, oh no, Data Report is in a mess today. Yes, Data Report is doing an update with a mess today. I want to set an example because I just saw a report on the news a little while ago. Someone doing an update on the viruses from the hospital. They were interviewing a doctor, no mask on him. I mean, really, it's ridiculous. But there's also another reason. I'm not feeling that great today. It started this morning. I felt well enough to go to my GI appointment, which I probably should have canceled that appointment. We'll get to that in a moment. And then this afternoon, also, it was just I was tired this morning. My stomach was upset. I figured, well, you know what? Maybe it would be a good idea to go because that was one of my GI issues. It was popping up. I'm like, wow, interesting. It pops up on the day of the report of the appointment, but now it has developed into chills, achiness. I'm tired, so we'll see what happens after this update. I'm obviously going to rest. And so, anywho, I went to this GI update today, and or this GI specialist today, I should say, and I told her about my issues. I also mentioned my issues have gotten worse since I had COVID. Now, the stomach upset feeling, never had that before COVID. The swallowing issue did happen every once in a rare while prior to COVID, and then just exploded to happening maybe about 10 times a year now or something around there. And basically, she said it cannot be caused by COVID. Well, if you may have saw my Twitter account earlier, I took to Twitter about that, and a lot of people said they were wrong. That's not true, and as we all know, COVID can cause GI issues. I even had to question myself. I was going, what the heck? I know it causes GI issues. Quick Google search pulled up a post from Harvard University that's saying, yes, COVID can cause GI issues. And I already knew it. I just had to give myself a reality check. I'm like, really? Did that person just minimize me? And yes, they minimized me. They wanted me to do an endoscopy tomorrow. I decided to call back up and cancel that for tomorrow because obviously I'm not feeling well right now. And tomorrow I am going to take a COVID test. Now, I will say this much. So far, my respiratory, my asthma, that's not flaring up so far, so I'm thinking maybe this is a stomach issue, but as we know, even stomach issues can come back positive with COVID. It could be absolutely anything, but I am going to take a test tomorrow, and obviously, I'll probably stay home tomorrow, and we'll just see where this goes. Alrighty, let's get to today's update. There are some important things I want to share. I'm going to try and keep this brief. First off, the UK, record number of excess deaths in 2023. Nearly 53,000 more people died in 2023 than expected. That's just totally, totally ridiculous. Moving on to this now. Iran's COVID deaths nearly double official figures from a former official. So, a former official in Iran's COVID task force says the country's COVID deaths were nearly twice the figures authorities reported for the first 2 years of the pandemic. Again, that's ridiculous as well. Then we come over to this. India's doctors claims that rising respiratory diseases may be undetected COVID-19 cases due to reluctance to undergo tests. I've been saying it all along. India's testing. It's not good enough. Their cases are way underreported. All right, moving on now. This is a sad story. A teacher in Robertson County, I believe this is in Robertson County, Tennessee, has died from complications of the flu. And apparently he was a beloved teacher. So this is sad to see. He worked there for 13 years, and he was just 36 years old. Wow. Very sad to see. All right, moving on to this. In the past week, new cases. 318,107 reported cases, not including those at-home tests. And it's a lagged week. There's a lot of lagged data. Hence, take a look at the deaths. New deaths, 1,328. And if we go down and read further, they do say that because of lagged data, that number could likely be much higher. Number of people in the hospital, 21,597. 50 out of 50 states reporting, but again, it's not all the facilities, not all the counties, so there is some lag data. We expect next week will end up coming in with higher data. And remember, by wastewater estimates, we're doing over 1 million cases right now in the United States, which, again, another reason why I'm going to test tomorrow and why you see me masking right now to keep my parents safe, just in case. You don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. And who knows, I may continue to mask after. I probably will, because it is the right thing to do. If you're sick in your home, mask in your home. I don't care what you think of me, because I know there are going to be comments that come in, oh, look at this person doing a video with a mask on. Okay, that's fine. It's about keeping people safe. All right, moving on now. Biobot. Not much I need to say. Wastewater is rising in the majority of the United States. Walgreens did update today. National positivity is 27.5%, and testing continues to be up. 38,887 tests. When I say up, it is down slightly from last week, but the point is, it continues to be up where it's been for all of 2023. And this is a good thing now that we're in 2024, but it's up because people are sick and they are needing to test at this time. All right, skipping over the rest of the CDC data, I really want to keep this brief today. Over the holiday weekend in Philadelphia, this is ridiculous. 2,376 EMS incidents. I know it's New Year's weekend, but yesterday was New Year's Day. Let's scroll down here for a bit and take a look at this here. 849 EMS incidents just from yesterday alone. So, yes, calls for viruses are going up. Let's do a live look in at Montgomery County right now, and you can see, yep, there's cardiac arrest, there's respiratory emergencies, diabetic emergencies. There's a lot of things going on right now that is keeping it busy. And then we take a look at Chester County, and oh my, we see sick person, choking, back pain, emotional disorder, respiratory difficulty, stroke. Yeah, a lot of things going hospital to hospital transfer. That could be because maybe a facility is really full right now and they want to send someone to a long-term facility or to another hospital so they can get better care. Yeah, that's a sign of the times right now as to what's going on. New Jersey today, the hospitalizations were down a little bit. That's because 62 out of 70 hospitals reporting hospitalizations. 1,141. We have to assume if all the hospitals were reporting, in other words, if 70 out of 70 were reporting, it would probably be a higher number, probably over 1,200 at this point. New York State added 4,128 new cases, and unfortunately, some bad news. Though we did not get the start of the new week's data, which we probably will tomorrow, they finished last week with a big increase. So prior to the update today from the end of last week, it was 2,774 people in the hospital in New York State. It is now at 2,965, and just because of that alone, because there's probably some lag, I expect a big increase tomorrow of probably of around at least another 300, and they will definitely be over 3,000 hospitalizations in New York State tomorrow. Will we get Texas on time this week? I don't know. Here's Texas. Last week they reported 16,751 new cases. Alrighty, guys, that's all I have for you today. Originally, I was going to have a few more things. Did not feel like putting it up there. Figured let's just keep it brief today. I am going to rest. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow I'll feel better, and hopefully when I test tomorrow morning, it'll be negative. Some may be thinking, why am I not testing tonight? I feel it's too soon. So I'm going to try for testing tomorrow morning. I don't want to end up having a negative that could be a false negative tonight. And obviously, if I still feel sick for several days, I will obviously test again. And one of the problems here in the United States is we do not get the multi-virus testing that we're seeing in some of these countries, where you can get flu, different types of flu, COVID, and different viruses all on one test kit. And it's something that needs to just be the new normal, but here we are, we're behind. We're one step behind all the viruses here, as always, in the United States. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, hopefully in the near future without me having to do a mask for an update, subscribe to my channel down below. If you know anyone that needs to see this content, or if you like me setting an example by wearing a mask, trying to keep others safe, by all means, share this with anyone. I will see you all again next time, hopefully tomorrow. Until I see you again next time, stay safe, everyone, and have a fantastic Tuesday evening. Thanks for watching.